Welcome to Linda's Colonial Beach Kitchen. I am Linda, and today we are checking on the sauerkraut that I made yesterday. And this is day one. It's been 24 hours, and you can see the little bubbles here. And that means that it is fermenting. Now, if you notice here, there's a little bit of cabbage on the inside that's too high. And it's all supposed to be underneath the brine, which is the liquid that's inside. So that little piece is going to have to be thrown away. One of the things that you have to do on a daily basis is you need to burp the jar. You can see that I've used some parchment paper, and that's because my lid is metal and I don't want the acid to rust away the metal lid. Now, because that parchment paper is there and I leave the lid kind of loose, there really hasn't been a buildup of any gases. Plus, I had to open it up to put some crockery in there and add some brine to make sure that it was covered well, because you have to make sure that the cabbage is really covered well. Now, it's very important that you label your sauerkraut with the date and the time so you can keep track of how long it's been fermenting. This is a good idea to do with anything that you're preserving at home, whether it be pickling something, fermenting it, or making jams and jellies, canning, anything that you do at home. You should always have a good label. And you should have a backup book, notebook, so that if the labels become lost or removed, you'll always know what you have on the shelf. In case you missed the original video of how I started this batch of sauerkraut, there will be a link in the description below for you to follow. So as I explained in the original video, this is my first time making sauerkraut. So I'm learning as I go along. I'm also learning about probiotics and prebiotics. Prebiotics are foods that supply energy and nourishment to probiotics. So probiotics need something to feed on so they can multiply. And things like apples and vegetables are a food that is a prebiotic for probiotics. Now, here I'm just showing you how the sauerkraut is going to start to change color. When you first start out, there's a lot of green. And as it starts to ferment, it starts to take on a more whitish and sometimes even a yellowish coloring. And that's how you know that it's actually fermenting. Now, what you see at the top there are just whole leaves that I put on top to mash it down so that it would keep the rest of the sauerkraut in the brine. So you can see that the some of the green leaves are sticking up, and those are going to be discarded anyway, so it's not a problem. As long as the grated cabbage stays under the brine, it's okay. So that's it for day one. Thank you for tuning in, and if you'd like to keep track of the progress, tune in daily. I'll be doing updates every day. Thank you, and have a great day. Bye-bye.